Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a super interesting topic to talk about. I'm on my normal walk. I got the big camera today with the gimbal, so it should be a little smoother with the microphone. Yeah, it should be a little smoother. So today I want to talk about, as you read in the title and on the thumbnail, we're going to talk about how I believe that the school system really set me up to fail. And if you have a kid that's anything like me, do not listen to what your teacher says, and I'm going to say why. First of all, I live in $1 million neighborhood, own a few rental properties, nice stock portfolio, and my company and social media is doing really, really well. So let me rewind a little bit. So when I grew up in Switzerland, really wealthy country. So in Switzerland, my first grade teacher wasn't really happy with how I was performing, how I was handling myself, and I was always like the bottom 10% of all the school activities. I don't know why, it's just that I couldn't learn that way, how they were trying to teach me how to do it. So then the next thing was, after second grade, third grade, I went to a class room that didn't have that many people because they thought I'd had a learning disability. What came out to not be true. I didn't have a learning disability. I was just very, very intelligent, and I did tests at the university to actually check my IQ, and my IQ was very, very high. So it wasn't that I wasn't learning, it's just that the teachers, and now listen to this, and this is why I'm making this video, that the teachers that were teaching me, they said one thing to me that resonates till today. They told me that now listen to this, I need to stop walking while I tell this because it's so emotional still for me. So what they told me is that, hey Rico, Switzerland also needs garbage cleaners, and you should probably not strive to get an engineering job or a high-paying job. You should probably just clean garbage bins and do that because there's a need for that. And I said, why would I do that? And so they were just telling me that basically with my grades, I'll never make it to anything. And that was in Switzerland. So then I met my wife, Allison, and I moved to the United States. So now I got a bachelor's degree in psychology with a focus in science, and I run my own social media marketing agency. And I have real estate, I have stocks, lovely wife, lovely house, cars, can buy basically anything I want. But the kicker is that these teachers in the school system were telling me as a young kid, basically, that I'm a failure, that I don't fit in, and that I'm a failure. So the key takeaways on my behalf that I think you as a parent or you as an individual should take is that it doesn't matter what your teacher thinks, because your teacher is just repeating what the book says. And even though your teacher might be good at it, there's a saying that says if you can't do it, you should teach it. So there's people out there that have no idea what they're talking about and have no clue from real life besides the teaching curriculum. And those people were telling me that I'm basically a loser and that I would never make it. And so I moved to the United States and I made something of myself because I'm starting to notice that people will way more open and we're way more encouraging and way smarter in these aspects than they were in Switzerland, way more open-minded. And with that said, I was then starting to achieve things that I would have never thought was possible, because when you hear that you're not good enough and not smart enough in school, that puts a scar on you. That does put a scar on you. Even though you do know that I'm a very confident human being, I do know that I am smart, but the problem was that people were telling me that I wasn't. And when you tell that enough individual teachers tell you that, you're starting to believe it, regardless of how confident you are. So if your kid is in school and they're telling them something like that, they should get fired. They should get fired. Because the school system should cater to people across the board. I know that's very, very difficult, but they should just do something that is more uniquely driven so that we can get people across the board. We can get people with college degrees. We can do people with blue collar, white collar. We can have doctors, lawyers, everything. But right now, it's just that you need to memorize stuff. That school is all about memorizing. It's all about memorizing and doing that. It's not really critical thinking, because if you don't fit into the box how they want you to do it, they'll deduct points, they'll deduct credits. It's not how they think it's right. And so that was, at least when I went to school, that if it didn't fit the box, it wasn't good enough. So then in the United States, and this is why I believe the United States is the greatest country on earth, is because when I look at the opportunities and the stuff as me as an immigrant, is pretty remarkable how you can actually make it. You just need to put your life on hold for about 4 years and work really hard on your passion and your dreams, and it needs to be scalable. So if you do that, I'll guarantee you're gonna make a killer living, and people will hire you, your services, and you can't get enough bookings to do that. And yes, it might be hard when your friends are out partying and your friends are having fun and you're basically at home working on the computer. Happened to me many times. When I lived in Santa Cruz, my friends were partying, drinking, and I was working. But that's all right. I'm in this gorgeous area now. This is my neighborhood. And so, am I pissed? No, I'm not pissed. Am I sad? Yes, I am sad. And the reason why I'm sad is because I believe that teaching should be something you do as a passion. Teaching shouldn't be something that people do because of the money. Teaching should be a compliment and that you're gonna take away from. You know, like if you're super passionate about math, you should teach math. And not because it's the field that pays you more or something else. So this is the high school right here. I think this is a high school, and this was kind of my walk. Kind of made me think about my whole journey from the United States to Switzerland. So yeah, I think it's really, really crazy how different cultures are teaching differently. How when you don't have a B in your class or in your grades, they're going to tell you that you're not fit for certain jobs. But guess what? You might be hyper focused on that job or on that type of STEM field or whatever it is. So I'm telling you, keep at it and keep doing what you're doing, and you should be more than fine, regardless of profession. Because work ethic and passion, if you can combine those two, is a killer combination. And I think that if you have that, you're going to be just all right, regardless of your field. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.